We learnt about each other, like favourite colours, names,
interests.
interests.
And also what disabilities each person had and the challenges that each person faces.
I learnt to re-tap into my resourcefulness and to network, to understand and re-experience. As a person coming out of an experience of agoraphobia, it was very powerful for me to have a relationship with Di, who's very resourceful and very tapped into a network, and to benefit from that and start to become aware of other organisations and resources and people and activities outside of my own experience again. For me, that was probably the most beneficial thing. And any individual interest that I had, I was able to bring to Di and get feedback over and about. And it was just great to have that constant weekly one-on-one promotion of that aspect of the program, branching out into other areas. That's what I got from the mentorship.
I guess for me it's a bit, I've just retired recently and I've retired from a management role, so from my point of view it's a bit like going back to when I was a new worker and connecting with clients face to face again, which I'd missed in the sort of final years of my career. So it was a really good closing this circle for me. And also how awesome this lady is, because you're right, people do look at you and judge you, and you're awesome. She has so much mental capacity, understanding. It's absolutely phenomenal what she can do. If she can be confident enough to push it forward, she will do awesome work. So yeah, it's been great.
I have gained different perspectives of looking at things. That would be the main thing, yes, yeah.
I've met a wonderful woman who was willing to step up and face a challenge in her life, and it was good to share some of my skills that I have with her, and to see how that has flowed on to Sandra feeling that, her life has been enriched and empowered. That has, it's been good to be part of her process and support her and be available for what she needs.
I guess one of the things is that whilst we both have different disabilities, we're both capable of achieving amazing things, and I've had experience firsthand in leadership.
I learn about, because Veronica is blind, I learn a bit about what it's like to be a blind person and how she copes with different situations.
Leadership is not necessarily about being in a position of authority or leading a group of people. It can be about promoting your best self. And for me, I found the mentorship relationship very succinctly focusing on that aspect of the program. Di was able to focus on my goals and my achievements and bring her resources to that relationship and really implement the changes that I was making in the 6-week program in a nice condensed fashion. We met after every week and we spoke about what went on in that week's program and the goals that I was progressing through on a weekly basis. And that is about leadership for me. There was a lot of leadership in that relationship, that mentor relationship, so I enjoyed that.
I think working with Freya, she's taught me a lot more and given me more ideas on what I can do for my project at work when I'm trying to start my own leadership group for the younger females who come in straight from school.
Yeah, and I think that it's been a really good opportunity for me to just work with Amelia and just work through what she wants to do and to achieve that, and working with her goals in mind, and not something that's just for me, but something that's going to be really useful for her, I think is really nice. And she's just such a lovely person to hang out with, and that's made it really easy to get along and to work on the program that she wants to run together, and it's just been a really great time.
Inspiration.
Yeah, and is it, I mean, it's ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that, there's no full stop here. She has so much potential that it's going to keep going, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm inspired to just keep growing and to continue to network, to continue to gather as much information as I can, and to just develop what I've started to begin with this process. It's just the beginning. So,
And I think you see the potential you have to help others now.
oh, absolutely. It's all
That's
about
what's fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about for me. It's all
Yeah.
about tapping in to other people's experiences and being of benefit to other people who have had similar circumstances and are travelling similar paths and may not have the access to the resources that I have the benefit of accessing. And it's all about that for me, because it's so important to reach out to other people.
I think of new friendship.
And a bit of self-confidence as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And respect.
A really good friendship.
Yeah, just a friendship, and just talk about what we enjoy doing. Just the fact that we have similar interests, and that everything happens for a reason.
Well, first and foremost, I think we've become friends, and I think that that's a really nice thing that's happened. She's a really supportive person, and it's been really nice getting to know her, and hopefully getting to know you over time going on from this, because it's only been a relatively short time. And the other thing I think is that working with Amelia, she's made me think about, if I'm working on a similar thing myself, that I need to sit down and plan, because that's where her strengths are. She's really good at planning, and she's really encouraged me to just not rush into things, and that's something that I'll take forward from this. Aside from, obviously, a good friendship, which is probably the most important thing.
I think for me, it's also finding that mentor that I can have a friendship with, because I don't intend to not have contact with Freya after all of this. She's given me that push that I need, that sometimes I myself can't even do. So for that, I'm so thankful for her.
And you've totally encouraged me to just go and do something, instead of being like, I'll do it in a few days, just be like, hold on, I've got time now. I can sit down, I can just do some work on it, and I can do some work on it now, and then in a few days, then I'm going to have less work to do when I actually need to sit down and actually do it.
Yeah.
I would just like to encourage women to jump into the program and be a part of the program, and just absorb the fundamental crux of the program from the beginning, that you're supported to be the best that you can be right now.
It's taught me how to be a little bit more proud about who I am. Before, I would probably be a little bit ashamed about my disability, and not be open about it, not talk up about it. So I'm quite proud after doing the program about who I am.
I would encourage women who are considering the program to take a leap of faith, to trust, although it feels really, scary, that they will gain a lot out of it, and they're not alone. So through the whole process, it's very well supported, and they come out bigger, better, stronger.
I'd say just go for it. There's no right or wrong answer to it. You just go. If this is what you're passionate about, then go do it, because there's a great opportunity for girls to have, and we don't get many opportunities like this. So I'd say go for it.
It's a really good program to do. It gives you lots of confidence and teaches you how to be a leader.
Oh, well said. Something else that I reckon that women can learn is that it doesn't matter how profound your disability is, how many challenges you face, that you can be someone. You are someone. You have a purpose. Never be afraid to speak up for what you feel is right, and never feel that you cannot achieve what you truly want to achieve. It's your life, and no one else has the right to dictate on what you should and should not do.
My disability is predominantly a mental health disability, and for all of my life I have lived in the mental health framework of being in recovery, which is what the focus of mental health care is about. And that's very confusing, to be in recovery as a person with disability. And something that I got from Enabling Women is that I'm actually able to step out of that perception of being in recovery, because I don't actually understand that 100%, and I never really was able to imagine what it would look like when I recovered. But the first day that I stepped into Enabling Women, and for the 6 weeks after that, I was able to be supported and allowed to be the best that I can be right now, and it was a whole new way of looking at myself.
It's opened up some new horizons, that I want to pursue.
From week one, your expectations, your whole thinking process around yourself and your disability has changed completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the good. It's a more positive view of herself now, which she didn't have at week one. So, I'd encourage anybody to be a mentor, because it's really fulfilling, and it's great.
Yeah.
We like it.
I think as a woman with disabilities, I've always had a bit of an issue with my Asperger's, but thanks to women with disabilities founding this program, it's helped me become more okay with the fact that I do need to ask for help sometimes, and I don't have to do it alone.
Yes, for me, as someone who has participated in the program 2 years ago, as a participant, for me, it says in the right direction that what I'm doing is leading somewhere. I don't necessarily know what direction it's heading in. And for me, now as a mentor, it gives me the chance to really help someone and really help someone's life become better, even if it's as a friend, because not only is it life-changing to that individual, but it also gives me more cause to share this program. And the more people you share this with, the more it'll make this world a better place.